Hello everyone, welcome back. Hopefully you had a wonderful evening, day, afternoon, morning, depending where you are. Also, I don't know if you can hear the AC. I think I'm hearing it slightly, but I'm also hoping my noise gate and everything is kind of blocking it. Definitely blocks the cat. Okay. So yeah. Oh boy, today was a weird day for work. But upside during work, I did a little study, continuing on my education. You know, well, basically how some parts of IT might be phasing out, so I'm quickly adapting, getting some certifications. And thankfully I was able to like score 2 hours away from normal work to just study. And boy, I learned a lot about AWS stuff. I say a lot, but also not a lot in the grand scheme of things. I learned basically their terms, how certain stuff works. Yeah. But yeah, that was AWS. And because of it, I have no curse knowledge. Although I do have a cat meowing at me, even though I know she's fed. Why must you always start streaming while at work, Kai? I'll be back in like an hour. Have a good time. Don't worry. I'll take it nice and slow. Don't die. I don't think I'm gonna die. I don't think this is a game where you die. It's a nice, comfy, cozy psychosis story. So don't worry. Plenty of time. Although, I don't know how long the game might be is the problem. So who knows? But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to really talk about. I mean, I could blab on with some of the card games I've been getting into and someone trying to pull me in. As well as someone trying to get me back into Pokemon and actually play the Pokemon. Gigi, are you stuck? Gigi, how'd you get stuck? There you go. There you go. Unstuck cat. Yeah. Apparently she hooked her claw deep into the chair and couldn't get out. Yeah, talking about you. But yeah, there's a couple of card games I'm getting into. One I'm unsure of getting into fully, and that's the Pokemon game. Although, I'm gonna turn down the music just a wee bit. Do we want to get into how certain card games are expensive and some are very cheap, and Pokemon is somehow the cheapest? I'd say the cheapest if you want to do competitive, not collecting. Not collecting. Wait, is Pokemon the cheapest for collecting? The problem is, I think it still might be the cheapest for collections. Though they may have the most cards that have the $500 range. Because Charizard. And Pikachu. But mostly Charizard. Because I'm trying to think of Magic the Gathering. And I will say Magic the Gathering, I like it. But boy, it'd be expensive. It'd be expensive. That is if you want to do competitive. If you want to do a commander game format, it can be either ridiculous expensive of like a deck costing $5,000 or a deck costing $15. And just because a deck is $5,000 doesn't mean it's good. Nope. I've seen it happen a few times where someone pulls out a $3,000 deck and gets stomped by something that was $50 to $60 because it was more coherent, more just not all expensive cards that don't really make a deck or make a game ending state. It's just like flex, just for flex. But the two other games I'm getting into is Flesh and Blood and Shadowverse. And Shadowverse, even though it has the online, I think, yeah, I'm drawn in by Shadowverse because of the online game they had. Because I played a lot of that. And then a local game store of mine just happened to have it, and I asked about it. And then they told me, and there might be a tournament going on. And then a friend is like, oh yeah, that's the same day of Pokemon. You should join me. You can play the Shadowverse, then back to Pokemon. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Why you do this? So I'm looking for a Pokemon deck that's less than $50, and guess what? It's doable. It is actually doable. I am surprised because most modern Magic the Gathering decks competitively is, I don't know, 500, sometimes 900, and I hate it. It's what drove me away from Magic first. Magic is a love and hate relationship. Just like with Dungeons and Dragons sometimes when it comes to Hasbro's, not Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast recent things, which I think is from Hasbro. So I'm enjoying Flesh and Blood because most cards are cheap. If you want a standard deck, it can get to 500. But it's for cards that similar plays to Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they keep all cards. So you never have to rotate. Or be like, oh, I just paid $200 for this card and now I can't use it. Because you know how that feels? It feels terrible. Like, why do you pay? Why do people pay for that much for a card? And then there's other cards out there that I get it. I get it. It's Charizard. Or maybe it's a nostalgia card that was like, oh, more than 20 years ago. So of course it's not in print or doing anything. But still. I question the price on some cards, but I also don't question because I'm like, collector. It just becomes a collector thing. But are you gonna play the card? That's my question. Are you gonna play with the card, or is it gonna be sealed up and be trophy? In which case, why do you buy 4 of them? Don't buy 4. And don't say, oh, I might play it one time. No, you're not. You already said you're putting on a trophy. No, you're not. You're gonna have that vacuum sealed pack and never pull it out at a local game store? No. Yeah. Alright. That's my little rant of TCGs. We're gonna go play some Hazy Mind. It is a... Oh, how do I best describe this? It is a visual novel game with choices, apparently. And choices can affect your ending, similar to how we did the ASMR Hooked on You. Do I think we could die? I don't know. We could. I suppose. Because it's supposed to be kind of awareness of psychosis, schizophrenia type of game. I don't know what kind of choices we're gonna have though. But the art style, some of the art style, I love it. There was multiple eyes, there's a lot of ink, or like, how do I best describe it? Like sketchbook stuff with multiple eyes or demons or despair. I just love that. Hey, Autumn. Hopefully you had a good work day. Hopefully you're ready to cozy up by the campfire or fireplace and ready to read some story. Because it's going to be one of those days. No, boss was a complete asshole today. Dude. I can't relate recently. Because my current boss is not an asshole. However, I got to my metro station. Metro was there. Stopped. Oh, did your boss yell at you for being late under things you cannot control? I had one boss that did that. Oh. So basically the doors never open. The driver's just like, park and go. Yep, I'm doing my job. Parking and going, not opening the door. I got time to do, and I can't open the door for people to get on. Yep. Doors did open? Oh. But closed immediately. Stay there, you bitch. Damn. Oh, and there's more? Besides your boss yelling at you for being late, even though you have no control over it? Someone coming for an interview. Oh. One hour early. Wow. Yeah, but do you know if she used the metro? Damn. Yeah, well, give her an actual time and see if she continuously does that for after 3 months or something. Yeah, it's not a matter of missing the metro. It's a matter that the fucking metro sucked. Or we could discuss about other terms of like, okay, if I come in early and check in early, you pay me on that time, right? I'm not gonna sit here for an hour early doing nothing, because you're not gonna allow me to do that, huh? I know you. Most jobs will be like, why are you here? Why don't you work? Why don't you work? You came in early. He's like, well, I'm not gonna check in, because then I'm not gonna work or get paid. Or then you complain about paying me for that. They don't pay me for extra time. See? Yep. I think that was my first job. Every time I'd come in like 30 minutes early. And then I would just sit there. Play a game on my phone. Or no, wait. They didn't really have mobile games back then. I was playing Game Boy. I was playing the old Game Boy. Was it Game Boy? Or was it Nintendo DS? It was the DS. Yeah. They complain if you're 10 minutes late, and they complain if you're 10 minutes early. Or, sorry, they complain if you don't work when you come in 10 minutes early. And they complain about a lot of things. Yeah. No, understandable. Some bosses be bad. Some bosses don't get it. Some bosses just think they have all the power when in fact I wonder how much they've been damaged internally. Because I did a full psychoanalysis on one person who did that to one of their co-workers. And boy, were they crying. And then I looked to the other workers like, ah, see, even your boss can cry. My work is done. Yep. But then there's some bosses that are just real assholes. And don't get it. Like, truly don't get it. As much as I try to see their side of the argument, I then try to, like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Understand them, and they're like, no. I was like, oh, we're gonna play that game. Where you want to be understood, but you're not willing to understand others. Were you not understood as a child? Can we go into further psychological analysis on you? No. Also, I think that's one of the reasons I actually got a Switch was for Animal Crossing. It's been too long since I played Animal Crossing. I worry what happened to my island. I don't know what happens with the new Animal Crossing on the Switch. Because I know in... Oh, was it? They all died. Yeah. No! I was a terrible mayor. Because I know... Oh, what was it? New Leaf? The DS one was the New Leaf, right? And then New Horizon is the Switch. Or am I mixing them up? I'm forgetting. And then there was another one that they literally died. They literally were just bones. Or they abandoned this town. New Horizons the Switch. Got it. And then Nintendo 64, like I looked back in the Nintendo 64 era of Animal Crossing, they're all assholes. They're all fucking assholes to begin with. They don't trust you. They call you names. And then I'm like thinking like, why? Why would you do this to a kid? No, but that was common. That was a common thing in all the N64 villagers. They slowly grow to like you. Slowly. Like, you find their stuff, you give it back to them, they go, huh, thanks, I guess. But how do I know you didn't steal it? It's like, whoa, throwing the accusation. And then later they're like, oh, thank you. I know you didn't do it. You always been returning stuff to me. You're a good boy. I'm like, oh. But then you get the weird stuff online since New Leaf, where you could change, if you be friends with them well enough, you could change the last like few words they say. And boy, did the internet took advantage of that so much. A lot of ooh-woos and a lot of cum jokes. Or kill. Or just like a weird saying, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get the reference. I think I've been lost. The sauce is lost on me. I can't understand this reference that they're trying to give. So I can only imagine what the new Horizons can give. I think it might be the same. You got the intro not 43. Damn. Oh, that reminds me I should probably go back. You're goated with the sauce? Oh no. Ah, I've been too far away from the sauce. It's been so long. You're gonna have to feed me the sauce and let me know what the new sauce tastes like. Why did the image of the Harry Potter scene of Harry, you have to feed this down my mouth, even if I reject it, even if I think the new meme is cringe, you have to feed it to my mouth. I must swallow it all up. Give me the memes. It's terrible. No, keep going. Yeah. Alright. I think that's enough before my brain trails off even further. The music has stopped. It's time for game. It's time for story time. Oh yeah, I was also saying that also reminded me I should go back to Zenless Zone Zero. Yippee! Game time! You know, if this game ends really, really early, we're gonna jump on some Zenless Zone Zero then. Because I enjoyed the art of this game. Content warning. Yes, have to say this. Content warning. Designed for adult audience. Content isn't for everyone. Will include topics such as suicide, depression, blood, murder, and strong language. You have been warned. And this is the art style I love. Just a many eyeballs and a little glowing eye. Make sure to get the Hoyo Lab app. I think it forced that on me. I think I have it. Oh yeah, it did. It really did force it on me. Wait, there's a daily login in the Hoyo app itself? Oh no. Oh. Okay. You know what? It's on the mobile app. Ah. I'll have to look into it then. Alright. Options, English. We're just gonna turn the music down just a wee bit. I'm just doing a sound check. Alright, I think it's synced. We're good to go. Oh wow, we're immediately just diving in. Okay, okay. My thoughts fragment by my mind like shards of glass. I can feel each suicidal thought slicing me from within. I'm tired of battling with my own mind, with each day growing increasingly burdensome. Antidepressants and sleeping pills, my daily allies, will yet again become today's escape from this world. Internally, I'm screaming in pain, but the fear of what death might bring holds me back. Oh yeah, we're definitely just diving right into it. Also, love the eyeballs. Is it worth the fight? Even when everything inside is pleading for surrender? Death seems like a relief, but what if it's just a different kind of pain? Thoughts spin in my mind, but my heart keeps on beating. My hallucinations morph into terrifying creatures, squirming in my mind like worms, offering no peace. Dude, same. Fear paralyzes me, leaving me in the darkness with only my thoughts for company. Yeah? Yeah, we all sometimes get the dark thoughts in our mind sometimes, and they just spring up in the random time, and it's worse. Pretty bad. bottle of pills in my hand, my heart pounding in my chest. A terrifyingly real reminder of the life I wish to end. I understand how strongly emotions overwhelm me. I understand how long I have thought about this. But my brain continues to look for reasons not to do it. In the end, my self-hatred still wins. The pills feel as icy as snow. Their coldness seeps through my skin, swiftly sweeping away the last remnants of doubt. Closing my eyes, I swallow them, one by one. My mind starts to fog from the pills I've taken. Heavy breathing. A strange moment of silence ensues. It is as if the world has slowed its rotation, giving me time to reconcile with my fate. The sensation of the pills in my throat feels like a sharp blow to the back, a confirmation of the irreversible decision I've just made. The world starts to slowly fade away, as if someone is gradually turning down the brightness on the TV. My consciousness becomes foggy. Thoughts mingle, quickly turning into meaningless chaos. I hear my own breathing, its cycle getting quieter and less frequent. The last thing I feel is the heaviness of my eyelids, which close involuntarily. I surrender to lifeless yet soothing oblivion. Sleep. It comes like a wave, sweeping me into an impenetrable depth. I surrender without resistance. Suddenly, a glimmer sparks in the darkness, and I see a dream. The surrounding darkness starts morphing. Dreams within it stir. Stories both frightening and familiar. There are scenes from my life. Moments of both happiness and suffering. As each second passes, those images become more vivid, adopting shapes, colors, and sounds. Some of them are kind, remind me of times when I laughed, when I was happy. But then there are dreams that pierce me, reminding me of what led me here. I dive deeper and deeper into the dream. It's like a journey through my own soul. And suddenly, in this endless depth, I begin to see a light. It's a warm, muted glow that beckons me from the darkness. I'm drawn to this light, like a moth enticed by fire. And when I touch this light, I can feel it start to fill me, rousing me from the dark sleep. Nice little glimmer of hope, maybe. Also, don't you dare do ooh woo. I just realized what might be enabled. My eyes open. I feel the solid surface of the bed comforting my body. My head is still foggy, but it no longer pains me the way it did before. My consciousness slowly returns. Something is off. Everything around looks unfamiliar, even though I know it's my space. Memories spin in my head, like flashing images, but I can't piece them together into a coherent whole. It's a feeling of emptiness, as if a part of me is missing. Names, faces, moments. Everything is plunged into a disorganized mess, deemed unreachable for my mind. I'm finding it harder to breathe. My mind screams, seeking answers I don't have. Everything around starts to seem distant and insignificant. I'm lost in my own world. Realization sets in. I have forgotten everything. Who I am, where I'm from, my existence is erased. I'm too scared to move, to breathe, because even these sensations feel new and alien. Oh, damn. Also gonna turn down the music just a wee bit. I'm trying to see how I could think how that would feel. The fact that breathing and feeling your comfort of the bed, of the sheets, being all new and not recognize it, like you can't recognize anything. Yeah, I think I'd be paralyzed for a good 20 minutes. With each breath, I attempt to remember, but it only results in greater panic. The world around me begins to crumble, like an abandoned building, eroding as the time passes. I sense that I am moving further away from myself with each passing second. Fear wraps around me, squeezing my heart, and I can't find an escape. Gravity feels doubled. My body fails to resist, falling back into the bed. The moment my body touches the bed, there's an instant relief. It's an unexpected calm in the midst of chaos. I feel the warmth of a foreign hand slowly passing through my hair. Despite consciousness stirring again, the desire to leave the comfortable sanctuary of my bed has disappeared. However, in the end, I decide to find out who is so tenderly guarding my peace.
Hello. You've finally woken up.
Hello.
You must be feeling lost and confused right now, unsure of where you are and who I am.
How do you know that I have these feelings?
Don't worry. I'm here to help you. I need to tell you something that might be hard for you to hear, but it's important that you know. This isn't the first time this has happened. You've woken up with no memory before.
Oh, fuck.
Every night, your memory is reset. You cannot remember yesterday or any day before that.
So who are you, sister? I don't think your mom.
After a failed suicide attempt, you went through a lot of stress, and that's why you can't remember things.
Okay. Who are you, and what's our relationship?
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My apologies. My name is Marana. Your mom hired me to look after you, as every night you wake up, oblivious to the world around you.
Okay, caretaker.
My role is to be a beacon in the early hours, to help you navigate through the confusion.
As long as you don't spew a Bible, I'm fine.
Of course, I am also here to assist you in regaining your memory. By the way, My duty is to provide you with a guide on what to do when I'm not around, and where to find essential items you might need.
I realize my mouse is affecting the screen.
Here, this is the guide. As you can see, it's a bit worn out since you've used it prior.
Okay. 1 first aid kit in your cabinet, 2 kitchen straight down the corridor, then take left. Emergency, call 911. Phone is on the table. My city is City Arc Budiv Street number 4.
In case of emergencies, the first aid kit is in your cabinet at the very bottom. You'll instantly recognize it. It looks like a typical first aid kit.
Yeah, but if I have no memory of what one is, I guess I have to use it drawing a picture.
Just to be on the safe side, I've sketched a picture of it
Oh,
here
thank you.
in the guide, so you can be sure you found the right box. To get to the kitchen, you will need to leave your room, walk straight down the corridor, then take a left. That's where you'll find the kitchen. If something happens to either of us, dial 911. That's the number for emergency services. Your phone is on the table.
Okay.
The phone is switched on and fully charged. You've always had a knack for figuring out how to use it, so I'm sure you won't have any issues there.
Is it that one of those, there's no memory of it, but as soon as you use it, you know how to use it?
What else was there? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, right. If you have to call an ambulance, you'll need to know your address. It's 4 Budiv Street, Arc City.
Oh, I read it backwards.
It might be a bit challenging to remember right now, so I understand. However, everything I have just told you is written down on this note. Please, keep it safe and always have it with you, okay?
Okay, back pocket.
Great. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Now, to add a little joy to the moment, I've prepared something special for you.
Breakfast?
I cooked your all-time favorite dish, toast with egg.
Yes, toast with egg. Not that I've ever had one before, to my memory.
It's important to fuel your body. After eating, I can give you a tour around your room and help you discover more about your life that's been temporarily forgotten. So don't rush yourself. Eat at your own pace. I'll be here.
I'm gonna go turn off the AC really quick. It got really cold. Enjoy egg on toast, chat. Alright, AC turned off. How's egg on toast? No. No. Double, triple no.
Well, since you're done with your meal, we have one more thing to do.
There's more to do with the meal? I guess put it in the kitchen.
You'll need to take these pills.
Oh.
They're antidepressants. They've been prescribed by a doctor to keep any panic attacks at bay. Without them, things could become difficult, and I don't want that for you. I don't want to appear as if I'm forcing you to take some strange pills, especially if you are uncomfortable. That is not my intention.
Yeah, a stranger just comes up and says take some pills. How do I know this isn't what caused the memory loss to begin with?
While it's a condition for me to be able to show you the room, the decision is completely yours. Just so you know, regardless of your choice, I will still guide you around the room.
Okay.
And I understand if you choose not to take them. Will you take these pills or not?
Dot dot dot. No. No, I want to face the challenges head on.
Well, I have to confess, I feel a twinge of disappointment. Because you see, when we begin to explore your old belongings, you'll likely face a deluge of emotions.
Yes.
And this emotional onslaught, it could simply shatter you, triggering a panic attack and potentially causing you to faint.
I don't know about the fainting part, but yeah.
And moreover, your mother was quite insistent that you take these pills.
Oh, then no.
I wouldn't want to face her wrath if you don't. So, I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you absolutely sure you won't take them?
No.
It's odd, really. In the past, you've been more willing to trust me.
Well, today's a different day.
But now, for some reason, you've decided to reject both my advice and your mother's. I find it deeply saddening, because I am responsible for you, and I bear the weight of your actions as well.
But you said it was fine if I didn't take them.
But I won't impose on your decision. So be it. No pills for now.
Exactly, for now.
We'll still inspect your room, though. I made a promise, and I intend to keep it. You will see every nook and cranny of your space. But before we can embark on that journey, you need to get out of bed.
Okay.
I see that it will be difficult for you to get up, and you'll certainly need my assistance.
What's wrong with my legs?
Give me your hand so I can help you rise.
Okay, is there anything wrong with my legs that I needed your assistance?
I understand that you are curious and have many questions.
Yeah.
Let's do a question and answer session before we check out your room.
Why is your arm black? Why is it all shadowy?
Choose your questions carefully, because I won't answer them a second time. Of course, you can save and revisit these questions, but where's the thrill in that?
Thanks for breaking the fourth wall there for a bit.
Trust your initial instinct. That's my advice.
Hey, that's my advice all the time for these visual novel games. Don't save, just trust your first thing.
So, what do you want to know?
I guess where is my mom?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay, but you were hired by her. You don't have her number or anything?
I don't see her when I visit you.
You've never seen her before, or what?
It wouldn't be right for me to ask where she is, because she is my boss.
Alright.
So, I cannot fully answer that, but I think she is working hard for you. Do you have any other questions?
Why is it night and not morning? That's... Okay. Why did mom hire you? I think I know it.
Interesting question, to which I don't know the answer. You should ask your mom about that, I think.
Okay.
And why are you asking questions I don't know the answer to?
I thought you would know.
That's such a rhetorical question that I don't understand how you could even choose it. But okay. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, she said my mom hired her, so why doesn't she know? Or, oh, your mom. Mm. Yeah, why do you look a little strange?
I'm not even sure whether to take that as a compliment or not.
I mean, I do like the makeup on your face. I'm just wondering about the hands.
If, in your understanding, strange means unconventional, then I am actually quite impressed. I always want to make an intriguing impression.
Okay.
Not a pleasant one, but an interesting one. Because to leave a pleasant impression on people, you often have to just nod along with them.
And then you meld in with the shadow and they never remember you.
You're probably wondering about my makeup, right?
I mean, not really. I like it.
I love to experiment with my face and try out different looks. So far, this is my favorite. You should enjoy life and do what you like without worrying what others think.
Boy, did I learn about that later in life.
Want to wear weird makeup? Go for it. Want to wear odd gloves? Put them on. Yes.
Oh, they're gloves,
People
okay.
might give you odd looks, and yes, they might judge, but so what? People who pass you by won't remember you in 10 minutes. And I won't stress about it. Those unfortunate 2 minutes of judgment can be endured. It's true what they say. People love to talk about themselves. Sorry.
No sorry for that. It's called understanding.
Do you have any other questions?
Anything happened to your hands?
For now, unfortunately, I can't answer that question.
Oh. I mean, I'll forget it tomorrow.
It's personal. All I can
Okay.
say is that it was an unfortunate accident. That's all you can know. All right, that's enough questions from you. Let's move on to inspecting the room. Well, I'll step back now, and you can hover the cursor and click on the items that interest you.
Okay. Bed. What's this?
This is a poster of a rock band you liked as a child.
Okay.
You know, you used to buy these posters and stick them up, but later on you thought it was a bad decision.
Why would I think it's a bad decision?
At least this poster still hangs here, reminding you of your childhood and how you were a huge fan of this band.
Yeah, as I look around my room right now. Yep. I have a couple things hung up.
I think removing the poster is not a good idea. It would take off the wallpaper as well, ruining the look of your apartment.
I think that's the real reason why we haven't done anything with it.
You can continue looking around the room.
Alright, what about this plant?
This is the plant your mom gave you for your birthday.
It looks healthy.
It's surprising it's still alive after so long. Just kidding. It's really because you've always taken such good care of it. Good job.
Why, thank you. I didn't know I could be good with plants. I usually kill them.
Lately, with your health troubles, it's your mom who's been looking after it mostly.
Oh. Thanks for crushing that. That's why it lives. Not because of me. Because someone else is taking care of it. Damn it. Is this a window?
Another poster, but this one you bought when you were a bit older. You were a fan of anime, it seems?
Yes.
But since you were a child, you mostly watched romance.
There were some action ones too, not just romance.
I understand you. I was the same. Only later do you realize that such things don't happen in real life.
Yeah. You can't just walk around a corner and then bump into someone that's your, well, then fall in love with you. Nope. doesn't work that way. It's more, what the fuck? And then shove. I'm also glad I can't get shoved in a locker. The locker is way too small for someone to be shoved in. What other weird anime tropes? You can't run with buttered toast outside. It just falls on the floor and then you're not gonna eat it and then the birds will eat it. I think that's it.
Or do they? Maybe it just hasn't happened to you yet.
Oh, don't put that false hope up.
Don't lose hope. Anything can happen in the future, right?
Sure. I don't think it's gonna be anime trope related.
But that's not really important. Later, you regretted buying the poster, but you can't take it down because it would ruin the wallpapers.
Why did I regret buying the poster though? If I like the series, why not? Okay. So rock band poster, anime poster, bed. Is that a little camera on the bed? Is that like a baby camera on the bed?
This is the coziest place on the planet.
You're damn right. Give it a few more stuffed animals.
Oh god, if it were up to me, I would sleep in bed all my life. I know it's not much different from death, but I love dreaming, so death is not an option.
Okay.
Though who knows? Maybe we really do dream after we die. Think about it.
Yeah, I think I read some theory on that one.
But let's not talk about me, right? It's about you.
No, it's about my bed.
This is the bed you sleep in. Usually, you just lie there and stare at the ceiling.
Do I have any of the glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceiling?
As a child, it seemed you had fun glow-in-the-dark stickers that you would gaze at for a long time when you couldn't sleep.
Yep. Oh boy, what else can I pull up that's on the ceiling? Don't flash a glow light at it. Alright, is that it? Well, all that stuff is computer. Yep.
I should start by saying that all information I'll share comes from your mother.
Okay. You didn't want to say that first?
This is your laptop. You enjoyed listening to audiobooks and playing games.
I feel like this person and the person who's lost the memories are one and the same.
You also use the laptop for your studies.
Yep.
You even made friends online to play games with.
Yep.
This laptop is like an extension of you. You practically spent all your time on it.
Yep.
As soon as you left school, you initially spent a lot of time on your laptop.
Yeah.
Apparently, you were attempting to isolate yourself from reality and its consequences.
I don't know about that one.
But soon after, you grew tired of it and stopped playing video games.
Ha. Okay, we're no longer the same.
I'm not sure if it was a good or bad decision, but it definitely changed your life a bit.
So you're saying I should have kept playing video games?
By the way, you can look into your laptop and see what's there.
Okay, sure.
Well then, take a seat in the chair and you can take a look.
Thank you. I sat down on the chair and opened my laptop. Creepy vampire anime wallpaper. Okay, we're back to being the same. Damn it. Did I really set this horrific picture as my wallpaper? It looks a bit scary. You're damn right. But there's also some files on it. They don't have names, but I should hover over them and click on the ones that interest me. We got paper, a movie, I think, and paper. Ma'am, I thought you said it was morning. It's 2:23:41. It's almost midnight. In New Arcadia, a vast city, there was a unique job held by a man named Icarus Finch. He was known as an architect of memories, crafting and molding memories into real-like experiences for people seeking more than their everyday life. Icarus' small studio, high in an old building, was filled with jars of shimmering essence. What the? Something fell. One sec. Okay, I think we're good. Now, where was I? High in an old building was filled with jars of shimmering essences, echoes of laughter, sorrow, and joy. Many visited him, each longing for memories they missed or never had. One rainy night, a ballet dancer named Alara came to Icarus. Her life was a series of rehearsals and brief shows, her movements a display of disciplined grace. But her eyes held uncried tears. She wanted to remember something different, a deep, personal love, not the fleeting praise she was used to. Just gonna turn down the music a little bit more. Icarus, calm and thoughtful, agreed to help, but warned her. He said that sometimes our hearts want only what real life can give. Alara, desperate, agreed. For days, Icarus worked hard. He created a memory of true love for Alara, full of first glances, touches, and whispered words in the quiet night. He made a memory where Alara danced not for an audience, but for someone who loved her deeply. When the time came, Alara experienced this memory, and she found herself on a starry balcony, dancing with a blurred figure, feeling a love that filled her. She woke up joyful, thanking Icarus for letting her feel love. Icarus, a bit sad, told her this was just a shadow of real love. He knew that true love was something to be discovered and experienced, not made. Alara left, her heart touched by this experience, but soon the memory faded. She realized that real love couldn't be made or remembered. It had to be found and nurtured. So, Alara changed her routine life. She explored New Arcadia, making real connections and finding joy in simple moments. And then, in a quiet cafe, she met someone. This time, the spark between them was real, starting the flame no crafted memory could match. Icarus stayed in his studio, creating dreams. He knew some things, like love, were too wild and real for even him to make. They belonged to life, waiting for those brave enough to seek them. Hey, I was kind of getting invested in that story. Go back. Alright. Is the eye clickable? No. Imagine if the eyeball was clickable. Looks like we got some text messages. It looks like some social network is there. There was no internet on the laptop, so I cannot search for something. But in this social network, I have only one chat with one person named IO. I started reading our messages. IO, why are you treating me like this? I just don't want to have anything to do with you. But why? What did I do wrong? Tell me, I will correct it. You're too pushy towards me. Even now, you're willing to embarrass yourself just to talk to me. That's low. You should value yourself more. But you're my only real friend. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I'm the one who should be apologizing, so please forgive me. I hope you find a better friend than me. Why does everything have to be so complicated? How can I fully understand you? Why are human emotions and feelings so complex? I don't understand. I just want to be friends with you like before. We were never friends. I just talked to you out of pity and used you. I'm a terrible person. You just dreamed of a friend to walk with, play with, and share jokes with. That's your ideal, right? And you projected it onto me. But I don't really want to talk to you. I'm not really interested in everything you send or share. I'm not even interested in how you're doing. I ask out of pointlessness, although I don't even remember the last time I did. I've been silent about this for so many years, and finally I can speak out. This feeling is priceless. I'm just as insecure as you, which is why I couldn't tell you all of this right away. It's a pity I'm saying this so late, but it's better late than never. You would continue to live in a lie, in a colorful world where I'm your best friend, where internet friends will definitely meet, and where everyone cares about each other. What kind of magical world is that? You know what else? Your childish behavior really annoyed me. You often got upset when I ignored you. Don't you understand that sometimes people find it hard to gather their thoughts and respond? You acted like a child, as if everyone owes you something. No, they don't. Hi, Molly. I'm guessing that's Elden Ring and Radagon, maybe? Radon? Radon. Yep, Radon. Good luck. Be careful of the gravity. Unless you mean the DLC, in which case, very good luck. You owe it to yourself. You need to be your own friend. No one else will help you grow up and stop being such a selfish child. That's why you're better off without me. This is my last message, after which I'm deleting my account. Goodbye. Sorry. Doing this to get to the DLC. Ah, good luck even more. Good luck with, what's the blood one? I just know he says Nihil a lot. I forget. Alright, Mog. Or Moog. Moog. Isn't there a Mogwin? Or Mogwin? There's so many sounding similar names to me in that game that I'm like, which one's Godfried? What's Godfried versus Godric? Mogwin Dynasty. Mogwin, not Mogwin. I don't know why I want to say Mog. Probably because of Final Fantasy. Mog. Kupo. In the future, cities float in the sky and people can reach the stars. There was a robot named Alios, the last of his kind. He was special because he could understand and show human feelings, made to connect people and machines. Alios lived in a big, empty city that people had left to live among the stars. He walked around the tall buildings and quiet streets, remembering the humans who created him. He saw their happy and sad times in his memories. Alios often wondered if he could really feel things, or if he was just copying what he saw. One day, as the sun was setting, Alios found an old teddy bear. It was old and worn out, but Alios liked it a lot. He called it Tim, and always took it with him, like a friend. Years passed and Alios started to break down. He moved slowly, didn't work as well, but he kept hoping people would come back. One night, Alios stopped working near a fountain under the stars. He understood something important. Feelings connect everyone, whether they are real or not, and they are a part of everything. Holding Tim, Alios stopped working with a peaceful smile. He wasn't sure if his feelings were real, but he felt calm and connected to the humans he never met but knew from memories. The city stayed quiet, and a reminder of the past, but Alios' story stayed, showing how everyone looks for connection and tries to understand feelings. That was short. Kinda want to see what this is. Round 1. Oh, is this a mini game? Oh shit. Yay! Round 2. Got them all in one shot. Round 3. Oh yeah, I'm doing very good. Round 5. Game over. Wanna try again? I think I ran out of bullets. Let's see if I can do it all in one shot. Oh, there really is just 5 rounds. Okay, well no, I'm good. In a big city, there was a small, old bookstore hidden between huge buildings. This was Julian's special place. You did it? Ah, that was quick. Well, that felt quick. First try? Hopefully it was first try. He loved books, and he looked after the bookstore. You've been fighting him for hours? Damn. Yeah. Radon kicked my ass for a good 4 hours when I first tried him. Where was I? He looked after the bookstore. Yep. He had lots of stories to tell, but his own story hadn't happened yet. Low vigor? Ah, yep. Get hit pretty quick and then die. Then, one rainy Tuesday, everything changed. A girl named Amelia came into the store. She had eyes like the storm outside and a mysterious smile. She wanted a book from the top shelf, a book Julian didn't even know existed. When he got the book for her, their hands touched for a second, and it felt like a new story was starting. As Amelia kept visiting the bookstore, she and Julian got closer. They talked quietly among the old books, laughed together, shared secrets. Julian started to fall in love with her. But Amelia always seemed a bit sad. Julian could see it in her eyes and her see it in her smile and her eyes. He didn't ask why, because he didn't want to ruin what they had. One day, the sun was setting. Amelia looked really sad. She told Julian something hard to hear. "I'm sick," she said, "and there's no cure. I came here to get away from it all. To be in stories where everything ends happily and love lasts forever." After that, everything changed. Time, which once made their love grow, now felt like it was raining out. Julian wanted to make every moment count. They spent all their time together, making their love story stronger, even though they knew it would have to end. One cold day, when the leaves were gone, Amelia passed away. Julian was with her, holding her hand. The room was very quiet, like when you finished a really good book. After Amelia was gone, the bookstore felt different to Julian. It was full of memories of her. He kept looking after the books, but he was never the same. The top shelf, where Amelia's book was, got dusty. It was like a reminder of the girl who had changed his life. Now, in the quiet corners of the bookstore, if you listen carefully, it feels like their love story is still there. Julian talks to Amelia's memory, telling her stories. Their love lives on in the quiet moments in the bookstore.
Well, do you have some questions about your laptop?
Those stories, did I write them?
Yes, you really did. As you can see, not every story has a happy ending. But you're always trying to make stories with happy endings, like those in movies. I think the story with the ballet dancer shouldn't have ended like that.
How do you know that?
That ending was so stupid. Like, what? Why? The story could have ended when Alara realizes the memories are fading and she's not happy anymore. The part about her finding a new love interest is so far-fetched.
Hey, it's a short story. Deal with it.
But the other stories? I really enjoyed them. You're a good writer, I think. Oh, no. I just confessed to looking at your laptop. Sorry.
Yeah. I thought you were a caretaker. Why are you going through my laptop?
I didn't mean to. I'm just a bit tired from work, and when you sleep, I read those stories.
You're lucky I don't remember shit.
Or I go to internet forums. They're funny, I think. Sorry, again.
Wait, why are you going on internet forums on my laptop? Go on your phone. I don't want to know what you're looking up on internet forums and I get in trouble.
But since you don't have much information on your laptop anyway, it's not a problem at all. You can continue looking around the room.
Okay. What else do I have to look at? I thought that was everything. Oh. Okay. Don't press that button.
This is your diary.
Oh,
The
that
most
wasn't even
important
highlighted.
thing you
I was
have.
just clicking.
And reading it might take some time. but since you've clicked on it, you definitely need to read it.
Okay.
I won't disturb you during this time. Read at your own pace. If you want to share your emotions after reading, I'll be glad to listen.
Also, hold on. Also, did the eye... Okay, the eye's not moving around. It's only when it... Oh. I kind of like it. Alright. I saw Morana sit down on a chair next to my table and close her eyes. Apparently with such a job, she gets very little sleep. I carefully picked up the diary and sat on the bed. It looked like a regular book. It didn't have all that many pages, but the book still seemed thick. Perhaps because I had read it so many times? The book had become slightly misshapen, adding to its thickness. I don't know what awaits inside, and the atmosphere starts to get tense. Overcoming my anxiety, I finally opened the diary's first page and began to read. Mm, 220817. Hello. I decided to start a diary because Rhea told me it helps understand oneself and improves relationship with others. Basically, she seemed to be promoting it to me, so I bought a notebook and will try to write down everything happening in my life. Honestly, I don't think this will last very long since I'm not a very consistent person. You and me both when it comes to journaling. I can't do the same thing every day, but we'll see. Maybe it'll work out. It's hard for me to write. I don't even know what to write about. What did I do today? Went to school, talked with friends, came home, did homework, and now I'm just sitting at home. My mom's not home, as usual, and I have nothing to do. Well, technically, I have a lot I could do, like self-improve, prepare more for my lessons, play computer games, but I prefer to lie on the bed and stare at the ceiling. I don't know if everyone is as lazy as me, or what it's called. Procrastination, I think. I'm not sure about the spelling. When you can become anyone in this world, work hard, live your passion, but you choose to just lie on the bed, I think in the future I will read my diary and might not understand. Maybe even blame myself for something. But I'm tired. Yes, I have many friends at school. I get good grades, even hang out with friends outside. I always smile and joke around them, trying to stay positive. Yet when I come home, I feel sadness and loneliness. Nothing seems to help. Not video games, not studying, not even food. Maybe I'm just not in the mood. Honestly, thank you, diary. I feel like I vented to someone, like crying on a shoulder. I feel a bit better. But not getting an answer back is hard. It's like talking to a wall. Maybe I don't need a reply? Your purpose might be to be there for anyone who wants to share something privately, but is afraid to? Anyway, I'll go now. 04/09/2017. A few weeks has passed, or maybe a week. Hello again, diary. It's been 2 days since I started school. These days were normal. Ray and I sat together, joked during breaks, had lunch together. Today, I brought her the cookies I baked at home, and she shared a tasty salad with me. She loved the cookies. Rhea is generally a kind person. We have a lot in common, but she's not into video games. She prefers studying. She's really dedicated. I don't have that drive, even though I get the same grades as her. I feel like school just prepares us to be perfect workers. It's like, do this, do that, don't question things, or else you get the lowest mark. Or in a job setting, you might get fired. 13/09/2017. Hello, diary. Recently, our class was asked to write an essay about friendship. I spent a long time thinking about what to write. I have many friends, but what does this essay really want from me? Dude. You telling me about English class? Write the essay about this, and it's such a vague subject. I'm like, what the fuck do I write about? And if I want to write something, it's gonna be dark, and then I'm like, that's too dark. I'm gonna be investigated, or I'm gonna get questioned by the teachers. Like, do you want to talk after class? No. And then suddenly the whatever school therapist gets involved. Yeah. It happened once, not again. Should I worry more about what the teacher thinks rather than what I truly feel? It's so absurd. At first, I wrote an essay expressing my real opinion that friends are just a way to avoid feeling lonely. Damn. For my Nat 5 essay, I poured my heart and soul out how shit school had been to me. School already aware, and apparently it was my best piece of writing. Damn. Well, as long as the school acknowledged, like, oh, that was a really good piece of writing. We're not going to acknowledge that as a piece of shit on the subject in terms of, like, how bad we treated this person or how they feel, but it's a good piece of writing. Or it's the, ma'am, we think you need to take some crazy pills, or do you want to go through the school therapist and talk? No. I'm just not made for school. After rereading it, I realized the teacher wouldn't like it. I tried to write something that would get me a good grade, but the problem was I sat with that paper for over an hour and couldn't think of anything. Yep, I also get that kind of stuff happen. I dropped out after my Nat 5s anyway. I decided not to submit the essay and got the lowest mark. I chose not to tell my mom about it, and she doesn't seem to care much about me anyway. If I had submitted the essay with my honest feelings, they might have sent me to a psychiatrist or even suspend me from school. Yep. I don't know about the suspension, but yep. That's life. 18/10/2017. Hello again. I'm sorry for not writing for so long. Just nothing new happened. As usual, I hung out with Rhea, played video games, slept, and of course, went to school. But something happened recently that threw me off. As I mentioned, I have many friends, including guys, and mostly play video games with them. And recently, one of the guys confessed his feelings to me. Diary, you can't imagine my surprise. I mean, I've seen some girls flirting with guys and vice versa. But I always set boundaries and no one ever flirted with me. I never really cared about such things and never even thought about it. But for the first time in my life, someone confessed to me. He just said it, honestly and openly, feeling it wasn't fair to keep it a secret from me and wanted an honest answer. I don't know how to respond to him because I don't feel that strong love described in movies or books. Still, I'm really flustered by all of this. I'm even embarrassed to write to you about it because I'm usually so down when I talk to you. But now I'm smiling as I write this. It feels so unusual. To 11/2017. Hello again. Remember the last time I wrote about the guy who confessed to me? Well, we're seeing each other now. It's not like we're officially together and act like a couple. We're just hanging out, getting to know each other. My kind of relationship. Throughout this time, I realized I like him. I'm now really worried about what will happen next since he hasn't asked me about my feelings yet. But if he does, I'll be so embarrassed. All of this is overwhelming me. Lately, I seem happier and even started turning down Rhea's offers to hang out. Oh boy. She's quite puzzled because I haven't told her who I've been spending time with, but I think she suspects I have a boyfriend. She even started teasing me about it. To be honest, I'm a bit scared. Soon, we'll be applying to colleges, choosing our dream professions, or studying in school for 2 more years. I think I'm not very sure about what I want to do, so I'll stay in school for another 2 years. The thoughts of the future upset me. I don't want to think about it. I've got a strange feeling that something's wrong with me. Man, there's nothing wrong with you for not wanting to think about the future too much. It's always good to live in the present. I love to draw, especially different creatures, for instance. I recently drew a chubby black cat during class. He even has like a little beard, or maybe that's the white belly of his fur. My imagination can run wild sometimes. But in class, believe it or not, I thought I saw that exact cat I drew walk into our room, looking so real. I instantly knew it wasn't real and left it off, blaming it on being tired from school. But deep down, I'm worried and scared. I know mental health issues can be inherited. I had a grandfather who took his own life. My mom often spoke of him, remembering him as a great man, and cried for him. She said he lost his mind after my grandmother's death. I'll never meet him, though I wish I could have talked to him. It's a pity. I don't romanticize mental disorders like movies do. I think it's not normal and should be treated. Otherwise, people can completely lose their minds. Anyway, that's the weird situation I experienced. 21/11/2017. Hello, diary. Life goes on as usual, but I want to vent. Maybe even cry a little. I think something terrible is happening to me, and I'm too scared to tell my mom, even though I know I should. I don't want to become like some movie psychopath or schizophrenic. I hate the idea. Only fools romanticize that, as these are scary diseases, and people do horrible things when they suffer from them. I recently read a story about how a woman who killed her own kid overnight because she was schizophrenic. But from what I understand about this illness, you see creatures or places that aren't real, just in your mind. That's been my feeling lately. I've started seeing weird creatures, especially when I'm bored. Like during classes. I see them often and it's hard to get rid of them unless I distract myself. I know I should tell my mom, but I'm terrified of being diagnosed or accepting that I might never be able to live normal in society. That would be like death to me since I'm no longer be ordinary. I'm still thinking about it, but I'll write more if there's any updates. 17/12/2017. I did it. I told my mom today. It was hard, and seeing her reaction was painful. The look in her eyes and her expression said it all. She might see me as a monster. Or maybe she doesn't believe me and thinks it's just a teenage prank. I don't know. It took a lot of time and effort to get it out and to find the right moment. I don't know what to do next. This is the first page I've cried on. Sorry. It's just very hard for me. I want to tell others, but people might avoid me. No one wants to be around someone like me, I'm sure of it. I might go mad and hurt them or myself. Who knows what other horrible things might happen. So, I'll keep quiet until the end. For now, my mom and I have scheduled an appointment with a psychiatrist she knows. I don't know my diagnosis yet. I'm just fearing the worst. Life's been tough, especially when things are finally starting to get better. I've been in a relationship with a boy. My relationships with my friends are better than ever. My school grades are good. Okay, diary. I'll write when I have the strength. Goodbye. 26/12/2017, right after Christmas. Schizophrenia. It's hereditary. I got it from my grandfather. I've been removed from school, but my mom arranged for me to be treated as at home because the quality of the mental institutions is terrible. I didn't say goodbye to Rhea. It was too hard. They'll probably tell her I transferred schools and moved away. I haven't talked to my boyfriend since my last diary entry. In fact, I've been ignoring him. I know I'm being horrible to them, but maybe it's better than never knowing me. Better they never knew me. It hurts me to do this. I cry every night. Sometimes we need to be cruel so people can get disappointed, move on, forget about us. I'm hurting them and myself. But their pain will pass. They'll move on, find someone else, and I want to believe they'll be okay. Things will never be okay for me again. Not because of my mood, but because of the illness. No one knows how to cure it, and no pills will help. The hallucinations will become more and more real, scarier and scarier, and there'll be more of them. I don't want to think about it. It's too terrifying. Fucked way of thinking. Yep. But I'll be honest, I have thought of that like that before a few times. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Uh, since I left school, I'll have to study at home and focus on self-education. Starting the new year, my life would change entirely. 30/12/2017. New Year's is coming soon, but unsurprisingly, I'm not in the mood. I think I made the right decisions by distracting myself from everyone. Take my boyfriend, for instance. Our relationship would never have worked out. Not because I'm bad or can't act normally, I'm not crazy. But relationships have goals, like starting a family. I look ahead and I don't want my children to experience what I'm going through now. It's better for both Rhea and him to move on in life. I'm getting incredibly bored these days since I'm not attending school, so I entertain myself by imagining various creatures. Of course, I could play video games all day, but I'm tired of that. When you're free to do anything, it's hard to enjoy things that you once found pleasant after some time. 1901/2018. The new year has already passed. Mom and I celebrated it together. Dad didn't even call, let alone visit. Honestly speaking, I'm not that mad at Dad, but my mom is very angry with him and doesn't want to see him. He found a new family and left us. It's not that he found a family, he just found some young girl, a student. I understand that my mom is very disgusted by this and that he left us for his own pleasure, but I think she needs to move on in life. By that, I mean find a new man who will love her and move on. The only problem is my presence. I completely ruined that possibility. Yet my mom loves me very much, despite this, and works hard for my sake. But what's the point of all of this when I don't have a future? That's why I think it would have been better if I didn't exist. 24/01/2018. I don't want to write this hello diary anymore, because I see no point. Honestly, I see no point in writing here either. I feel so bad that the only thing I do is draw to distract myself from everything. The hallucinations are getting scarier, but I'm used to them. Sometimes I hear voices, but they're more like noise. My psychiatrist prescribed me antidepressants and antipsychotics, but she noted that they might have side effects. On top of that, I can't sleep at night. So, I've also been prescribed some sleeping pills. But one sleeping pill usually doesn't help, so I take two. And now it seems I consume these damn pills instead of food, which aren't helping. I mean, they cost a lot of money, and my mom stays late at work more often. She changed shifts and I barely see her now. I feel terrible because I fear that these voices will become more than just noise and I'll start listening to them. I don't want that. I don't want anything. (29/01/2018). Well, hello, diary. Yes, I wrote earlier that I wouldn't write like this, but who cares? I drew some works and will paste them into you now. I hope you like it. Is that a minion? Is that a little tiny minion? That's a little minion. I mean, honestly, not bad. Some birds, elves, birds, more burbs. Lots of burbs. Stay positive. Deer, fox, burb. Oh. Well. Have we met the caretaker by now? Or is the caretaker part of our hallucinations? I have a few things to say. I mean, even I draw from imagination at times like that, so. Okay. Wait. Is that Morana? It looks a lot like her. Was I familiar with her before? Why didn't she tell me about it? Or even then, was she with me because my mom couldn't be? But why didn't I write about this event in the diary? I looked in her direction. She was still asleep. Right where she was. I need to ask her about it after I finish reading everything. I open the diary again and continue reading. 10/02/2018. Today I had a fight with my mom. She called me a mistake. And I said do nothing. Said I do nothing. And that I'm a burden. Called me stupid. I understand she said it out of emotion. But she was telling the truth and only the truth. I have no friends, no job prospects with such a diagnosis. And all I do is take pills that cost an incredible amount of money that don't even help. I can't even talk to anyone. I can't tell strangers on the internet about my diagnosis. It would look like I want pity. I just want to confide in someone, cry on someone's shoulder. But what's the point? If I cry, will everything suddenly become good? No. Nothing can help me now. And I need to accept that. At least Rhea was right to suggest I keep a diary. Thank you, Rhea. Without the diary, I would have killed myself a long time ago. 23/03/2018. Hello and goodbye at the same time, diary. I decided today to overdose on all the pills prescribed to me. I see no point in living and trying. I don't want any of this. Fear gripped me, and I felt goosebumps. On this exact date, I decided to end my life. But after that attempt, everything became even worse. I wanted to do my best, but it turned out, even now, I don't think I made the right decision. Maybe it's because my memories have faded. But if I do have schizophrenia, and it's not that big of a deal, so why did I leave my friends and my boyfriend? I understand that can be terrifying, but why did I make my life so complicated? From the moment I decided to leave my friends, I chose suicide. Okay, that should not be the main focus right now. What's important to me now is to find out who she really is and how her drawing could have been in my diary. I close the diary and approach Rana. I only get the option to wake up. Wake up! She ignores me and doesn't wake up. I felt goosebumps again. I couldn't breathe. I'm really scared to touch her. I don't know. I'm very afraid. I can't see her face while she's sleeping. It was covered by her hair. But I had no other choice. I gathered courage and touched her. She quickly grabbed my hand with her terrifying black hands. I still couldn't see her face. I try hard to break free from her grasp, but these attempts are unsuccessful. The visions start in my eyes. I begin to see weird monsters laughing at me. Their voices echo loudly in my head, and I can't say anything. Rana starts squeezing my hand tighter. Ma'am?
Oh my god, how can someone be so stupid?
Let me turn you down.
I just can't anymore. Where is your intelligence?
Nowhere. Have you seen my latest Fallout build? No intelligence.
How can someone be like that? Haven't you tried thinking?
Nope. Head empty.
I am not real, and even a fool would understand that, right?
I kind of thought of that, yeah.
Even someone who hit their head 100 times could figure that out. But the nonsense in the diary that you made up, do you really believe all that?
What?
I understand it's a very sad story, but even this sad story is made up by you.
What? The entire diary?
Why invent such a tragic story for yourself? For a friend and a boyfriend? You hate the truth, don't you? Well, think about it again.
Like what? What's the truth?
Truth is, you never had any friends.
Ouch.
You didn't have a Rhea or a boyfriend either.
Double ouch.
You made them up. Just like you made me up.
But if I made you up, are you making it what you're saying as a truth or false?
Practically everything you wrote in the diary is not true, but fiction. Think about it again.
I don't know. Seemed pretty real.
You write in your diary about how your boyfriend and your friend ignored the fact that you suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, why didn't they investigate? Why didn't they come knocking on the door back? Excuse me, can my friend come and play?
What nonsense is that? Think if you really had friends and a boyfriend, they wouldn't know where you live?
Actually, you say that, but there was a time I was in a coma in high school. And once I came back to school, a lot of people thought I moved away. I never moved, and I lived literally 2 blocks down the street from the school. So yeah, I think they probably wouldn't have known or even bothered.
That sounds illogical. Very illogical. Damn it, illogical.
What's up with your life? A lot of things. Sounds illogical, very illogical. Well, you gotta think about dumb kids. They got school and stuff to worry about. They're not gonna investigate someone that just went and disappeared. No trace. If they're not back after, I don't know, 2 weeks and it wasn't a small sickness. Most likely, he's like, yeah, Kid moved. Didn't tell us.
Do you really think they wouldn't visit you if you suddenly disappeared?
Well, if they thought I moved, yeah.
Something like, oh, my best friend disappeared without telling me anything, and I'll just do absolutely nothing.
Even with Facebook and MySpace back then. Never reached out to confirm.
Or, yes, I love her, but she disappeared and I'll just accept it. That sounds stupid.
I mean, I didn't really confess my love for him, if I remember right in the diary, so... yes.
Don't tell me you actually believe they would continue their lives with your disappearance.
You'd be surprised.
Even considering that you're in school and you are practically children who can't do anything in this situation, your friends or your boyfriend wouldn't abandon you.
You're thinking of too much anime stuff. Remember how we said that anime tropes can't exist?
They would try to find you. Something might have happened to you. Do you understand what I mean?
I mean, sure, if they were true friends, maybe. But one of them I've been with since we were learning our ABCs. And even he didn't go visit.
But unfortunately, all of this is just your imagination. No one is going to look for you.
Well, good for you, Molly. Glad you have friends like that. Bad friend? Probably.
In reality, you're just a lonely girl with schizophrenia and a bunch of psychological disorders who doesn't leave her home.
Okay, that sounds plausible.
You've had this illness since childhood. You didn't go to kindergarten or school because of it.
So I learned everything from anime?
And your mom kept you at home. You hardly saw the sunlight in your life. Not that it's her fault. She was scared to let you out among people because you always acted strangely, and other children always laughed at you and bullied you.
Hey, no need to come back in real life again.
Your father left your family not because of some student he found, but because of you, and you know it. It's all because of you.
He said he would come back with milk. And even today, I get milk, but no dad.
You've gotten too caught up in your own play. I'm tired of being in it. I'm leaving. Stay by yourself and enjoy the solitude, since you love to suffer, right?
Ah, I do love to suffer. It's cathartic. My dad love. Ooh. I'll say my dad never really left me. He just wanted to be my best friend. That's it. He didn't want to be a father. So I saw him every few weeks on the weekend. That's about it. And then he was proud and disappointed at me at the same time. I'll always remember that time. Mariana got up and left, slamming the door loudly behind her. She appeared upset, even though she was also angry. I'm somewhat confused by what she said. It doesn't fully register in my mind. Should I go after her? Yes. Suddenly, I spotted a strange creature on my bed, looking at me with peculiar eyes. Strange creature, you say? Went to a country on the other side. Yeah. I now remember that conversation. Now trying to build that connection again of some sort. So there's some thought and regret probably on his part. Or I don't know what my father's regret. No, I know some of my father's regrets. Some of them. That's also understandable. Alright, time to look at this peculiar creature. What a cutie. I feel like I have to do ooh voice for this little guy. Are you weaving already? Everyone weaves. Oh wait. I'm not surprised. You're not an exception. Fine. I will with you. Go on. Ooh. Just be careful. Okay? Okay, little man. A strange, yet unexpectedly charming monster. But I'm off to follow Morana. I'll return to this creature later. I see a corridor. A long corridor, and directly opposite it, my room. Another room. It's wedged open with various linens. That's odd. But maybe Morana went in there. At some point, I became fearless and pushed the door open. Oh no, flashing lights. Why is it so red? I don't think there are words that could describe what I felt in that moment. I was dumbfounded. The smell was revolting, and out of horror, I covered my face with my sweater. I don't understand. Who is this? What is this? Suddenly, I hear the sound of grinding teeth coming from behind me, and I sense something approaching.
Why are you so afraid, darling?
Darling.
Can't even turn your head.
Nope.
Am I that terrifying to you?
Maybe.
You're insulting me with this kind of behavior. If you don't turn around in 10 seconds, I will kill you.
No.
I am counting. 10, 9, 8, 7,
Count away.
6,
I don't fear you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good girl.
Oh.
I thought that you were really stupid, but I see some progress.
Hello. Shaky head.
Oh, well, well. Who do I see? A little girl, lost in her own mind.
Is this what the voices sound like in my head? Sometimes.
Did you get lost, dear? It must have been very scary to see what you saw. I understand you like no one else.
Because you are a part of me?
It's okay. Sooner or later, this was bound to happen. What you see is your mother. Or rather, what's left of her.
What?
Ah, yes. Who did this to her, you ask, right?
Do I have to ask? I think you're going to just tell me. Yep.
You did this.
I don't believe it. You're not real.
Well, you just said something quite obvious. Indeed, I'm not real. But to you, I am real. I'm your consciousness that has taken this form.
Damn.
Believe it or
Can I
not,
have the other girl back?
I don't need your trust. It's worthless.
Fair enough.
You're a sick person who should kill yourself.
I'm not going to say fair enough on that one, but okay.
It's all your fault.
They do say your worst critic is yourself, and the one who knows how to attack your most weaknesses is yourself.
Your fault that your mother has been decomposing for a week under her bed.
What do you mean a week?
If it weren't for you, she would be alive. And you, a criminal who deserves nothing but jail.
Well, this took a different turn.
But personally, I think it's better to kill yourself than to live a life like yours. Don't you think? Ah, wait. Your look. I know what it says. You don't just disbelieve me. You want to see evidence.
Sure, show me the evidence that I wasn't thinking of.
Well, you could have said so straight away.
You picked the mic.
I will gladly show and tell you everything in detail. In the smallest details.
Yes, give me the smallest details.
It was a regular evening, and you had a fight.
I get story time.
You had been arguing quite a bit lately, mostly about trivial things, and it no longer surprised you. You had gotten used to it.
Let me turn you up a little bit. I get story time.
But at some point, your mom began to lose her mind with anger towards you. She got so angry that she started hurling terrible insults at you. She kept repeating one word. Wretch.
Interesting word. I would say something else that rhymes with wretch. Just the CH part.
Perhaps she said more, but all you could hear was the echoing word. Wretch. Let's talk more about how exactly you killed her. You don't remember?
Nope.
Look, do you see the broken vase on the floor?
No, I see one fully intact.
With that vase still filled with flowers, you tried to kill her as she turned toward the window. Honestly, you hesitated at first, but after grabbing the huge vase and hearing her insult you, you seemed to get a taste for it. I was telling you to do it at that moment. You know, to add a bit of courage, since you were always too timid to take bold actions.
Hey, don't attack me in real life. I know I'm timid.
And at one point, after mustering a great deal of courage, you took a last breath before... Boom! Your mom had no opportunity to grasp what happened. But you missed when you threw the vase. Like I said, you're not good at this.
Who's good at throwing vases at people, honestly? Tell me who's good at throwing vases at people.
But wait, what happened next? Your mom looked at you, not fully comprehending what you just did. Scared, you ran to the kitchen.
And I grabbed a knife instead of the shards on the floor.
Or maybe you wanted to run away from home. I'm not sure. Your mom chased after you, not understanding what was happening.
I mean, I don't know. If I was throwing insults at a person and they threw a vase at me, I think I would understand what the fuck was happening.
You're in the kitchen. Your mom's in the kitchen. But there's a difference. You're standing next to a branded, huge, sharpened knife, which you take in your hand. And you point it at your mother.
Okay.
Your mother, naturally, is in total shock.
Your voice grew.
She tells you, don't do anything stupid, with a trembling, frightened voice. You, like a complete rag, start to cry.
I now gotta turn you down. Okay, continue on with the story.
That's very much your style. But then you even surprised me.
Did I go for the kill?
Suddenly, your expression turned hateful, and you stopped crying. Before that, your mom tried to say something, to apologize, but you didn't hear those words. Everything was like in a fog.
Hmm.
And what do you think happened next?
23 stab wounds to the back.
I think you know and suspect what happened next. You plunge that huge knife into your mother's heart with momentum.
Oh, I got momentum with that.
Blood under pressure from the heart can enter the bronchi and trachea, causing blood to be coughed up. This can occur if the injury creates a passage between the heart cavity and the large vessels of the bronchi.
In my self-study, was I reading anatomy books?
I'm mentioning this because, after a few seconds of shock, your mother began to cough up blood and begged you for help. But you just watched it all happen, emotionless. Moreover, as she pleaded with you to help, to come to your senses, you made it even worse.
More stabs?
You began to finish her off with the knife, with fierce hatred. I counted 28 stab wounds.
Yes, how silly of me to go so low.
And you laughed. You laughed very hard. With difficulty, you dragged her body to a room. Later, you washed the blood off the floor as if nothing had happened.
28 stab wounds? Yep.
You propped a
Classic.
rag against the door to stop the smell of the corpse from spreading, closed it, and never entered again. You're probably in shock, aren't you? ...
I don't know. I don't know where the truth lies. Am I really capable of such a thing? Or was it not me? And this isn't my house at all. It's all so strange. My head hurts. It hurts very badly. It's splitting. In the last second, I just saw darkness before my eyes and collapsed to the floor, hitting my head hard. I didn't wake up with the comfort of someone stroking my hair. In actuality, I woke up because of the terrible smell of the corpse lying next to me. I instinctually moved away from it, struggled to my feet, propped a towel against the door and closed it. There were no more monsters. And that red one was also gone. I could consider myself safe, but what should I do now? Calling emergency services was risky because even if I'm not a murderer, I might still end up in jail. Should I check the medicine cabinet, call someone, or go to the kitchen? But for what reason? What else can I do? I honestly don't know. This game makes me think of my own mental. Yep, there was a lot of warnings at the beginning that this does go into weird, darker states. First aid kit would do nothing to a dead body right now. Go to the kitchen for what reason? Call 911. Yeah, I should probably honestly get treated, maybe get put in some loony bin, or... well, they could deal with the final penalty, I guess. Might stop watching because it's upsetting me. Fair enough. No, it's just supposed to be a cozy psychosis story. Although minus the cozy. Good night. Morana said the phone was on the table. I found a small phone there. She wouldn't have lied after all. But the phone is charged. I even managed to dial 911. Damn, no signal. Or maybe the phone doesn't have a SIM card. Damn. 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 I'm in deep trouble. What should I do? How can I get out of here? I was ready to go to jail just to stop feeling afraid. I'm left with nothing to do. I feel hopeless. I want to cry. I want all this to end. I want everything to be okay. I don't know what the truth is or whose body is lying in my mother's bedroom, but the fact is there is a body, and I will be imprisoned. I don't want any of this. I want to hide under a blanket and sleep forever. After crying a lot, my eyes became much heavier. I wanted to sleep badly. I know I could forget everything if I slept. In my case, it was the best option. I lay down on my bed, comfortably covered with a blanket, and fell asleep instantly.
Hey, are you there?
My other conscious?
Wake up. Do you really think that sleep will solve all your problems?
Kinda.
Sleep only helps to escape reality for a while, unfortunately. You're probably thinking that it would be better to not wake up at all. You might be surprised, but I think so too. Because I suffer from the fact that you're alive. I wish I could be free.
Oh, great. Now I'm holding you hostage, but just by being you in my mind?
Forget it. You can't help me anyway. I know you can't help yourself either. I thought there were no situations in life without a way out. But your situation, there is a way out. Honestly, but it's kind of a dead end. It's chosen when people think there's no other way. I feel sad for you. And sad to see you suffer. I'm speaking honestly, putting aside the image you've created of me.
Okay.
You just wanted to be healthy. Have a friend, a boyfriend, go to school. So many kids have these things, but don't appreciate them because they consider it normal.
Yeah?
You, a lonely child, were very unlucky in life.
Yeah, it's called being dealt a bad hand.
You're actually smart and pretty,
Oh, thank you.
but your illness,
Okay, shut up.
unfortunately, you'll keep losing your mind more and more.
Yep, that's a fear.
And soon, you won't be able to distinguish imagination from reality.
But what if I want to live in Imagination Land forever? Oh, wait. I killed someone. Never mind.
I feel like I should help you, even though you want to see me as a monster.
Do I want to see you as a monster? I see myself as a monster.
It may seem untrue.
Wait, you're a part of
but
me.
In the deepest corner of your soul, you wanted to be scared at that time. You wanted adrenaline? I don't know.
Listen, you become a locked up, lonely child in life. You want adrenaline, you become an adrenaline junkie.
In
Yeah.
any case, monsters won't bother you anymore. And I'm sorry for yelling at you earlier. I don't know what came over me.
My emotions.
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to help. We're alone now.
In my mind.
I know what you've been through, and you must have many questions.
Yes.
Like whose corpse is lying in the room? I'll tell you right away. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just your imagination, and I can't distinguish reality from your imagination.
This is a weird pseudo-imagination going on.
You must be feeling terrible right now. Let's go outside instead. Fresh air will help clear your mind.
Okay.
It's night now, and the sky is likely to be especially beautiful. You've hardly ever gone outside before because of your illness.
Does that mean I should start going outside?
How do you like the idea?
Yeah, let's go. I don't even have a choice.
Let's take a walk.
We quickly got ready and went outside. My house looked very ordinary, surrounded by other houses that seemed abandoned. The streets were empty. Rana and I walked a bit away from the house and saw a huge field of dewy grass, where we decided to lie down. What the idea is, but I like her. Kai, welcome back. We're having schizophrenia. She is part of my schizophrenia thing. You also missed me having schizophrenia and murder.
What a beautiful sky. It feels like the stars are trying to talk to us. They twinkle so fast, as if they're sending a signal. Or is it aliens?
Hi.
Just kidding, just kidding. And the night air smells so wonderful, combined with this slight chill. Don't you agree with me?
Yeah. The night, it truly is beautiful.
And that is what I'm talking about. I'm so glad we came out together. But unfortunately, that's not the only reason we left the house. We need to talk.
Wait, there's another reason you pulled me out of the house?
About you. About your dreams, regrets, and thoughts.
Yeah?
It's very sad for me to say this, but the end is known. And I think you understand what I mean. I'm selfish, trying to sweet-talk you when I myself want to break free from the shackles.
Of my mind, yep.
But I think you also believe this is the way out, right?
No. I don't think this is the way out.
I knew you'd answer like that. You're just saying that, but deep down, I know how you feel.
Yes, maybe sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta see it through.
Because I am you. And you are me.
Get a girl who would talk to you about your regrets. Get a girl who is part of your mind and could just pull everything out. Like,
It's strange.
Oh.
I wanted to talk to you, but I don't know how to start the conversation.
Oh, this is cute.
I guess I'm too anxious. I just feel sorry for you. And I don't know how to help you. There's nothing in the world that would help you, and I know how lonely you feel.
Yeah.
You're not alone. You have me after all.
Yeah, my imaginary friend that feels trapped.
You always talk to me when you wanted to get something off your chest.
Are you my diary?
You're a kind person who wouldn't hurt a fly.
Yeah.
And I know you have no one to talk to.
Partially true.
Even your mother, she was always too busy to talk to you.
Yeah.
Video games will never fill the void inside you.
No, they currently
and I
do.
understand how much your existence in the world torments you.
No, video games are currently filling that void just fine.
Sometimes you feel it would have been better if you were never born.
Yeah.
Even in the event of your death, there's no one who would cry for you, right? That's the most saddening part.
It's a thought.
Usually it's only family and close ones who hold you back from the edge. But you?
Is this your therapist?
You
No.
have no one.
Is my mind the therapist? Probably.
I wish I could take your hand, the younger version of you, and lead you away from these problems. That version of you that still doesn't quite understand what makes them different from others. To make you a healthy child. Imagine your life if that were true. You would have a friend, a boyfriend, a loving mother, and a very bright future.
If I didn't have schizophrenia.
It's what you always wanted more than anything in life. Though these are simple things, aren't they?
Game is telling the moral story of the simple things in life sometimes are worth it.
People on the internet, they don't quite fill the void you have inside.
I don't know about that one.
Some just disappear without a trace.
Oh yeah.
Delete their account forever, or they just remove you from friends.
Ouch. Yep.
They start ignoring you as if you were never friends.
Choppy.
They all leave.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cute.
Absolutely everyone, no one will stay with you, and no one will truly worry about you.
Okay, stop, brain. You're going too far.
Though you, if I remember correctly, really cared for them.
I mean, yeah.
Sometimes it seems that all people are cruel by nature. They will betray you at the right moment to make it even more painful for you.
When your own brain knows where to attack you the most. Oh, why did the music stop?
Io was such an example for you. That's her nickname online.
Oh, is this one of the messages I read on the laptop?
Because of your amnesia, you probably don't remember her. Perhaps it's for the best, but I still need to tell you, because I want you to have a better understanding of yourself. When you were a teenager, you actually had many friends online with whom you often spoke.
Ma'am, you can stop. Please stop. Give me a break. Give me some water. Hydrate me first. Hydrate me and then we can go back.
And since you were children, you shared everything that happened in your life. You became friends with Io shortly before your 13th birthday. You became practically best friends, and you knew about Io's problems in life. Everyone had problems, and you worried about Io, and even cried when she was hurt, always trying to support her. When she was at the toughest moment of life and death, you saved her.
Good. Glad I did something good in the world.
But could she do the same for you?
Would I ask? Is the other question.
Obviously, she didn't do that for you.
Oh.
She just deleted her account at some point when you wrote to her about your problems.
Oh.
Since you knew her by heart, you easily found her new account. She added all the friends from the previous page there. All except you. And she shared photos where she enjoys life. I can't imagine what you felt looking at this. Sometimes, you even thought about writing to her.
Thanks, guy. God damn it. Yeah, I had someone also like this when I was growing up, when making the early online friends where they did delete their account. I did find them. But yeah, there was always a question.
Ask what's wrong. Maybe there was a mistake. After all, you wanted to be friends with her. Even if she didn't want to support you, you still wanted to communicate with her, even without her support.
No, I just felt like I wasn't really wanted.
That's how lonely you were. I think this has greatly affected you. You still, after years, follow her social networks, where she is happy. And it seems she's already achieved everything in life. I don't know if you're happy for her, or sad, or hate her.
I'd say at the time, I hated them a little bit because of that sudden betrayal feeling. But sometimes when I think about it, I'm just more thinking hopefully they're having a good time. Maybe we wouldn't have been good friends. Maybe we just didn't clash well. Or maybe it was a sign that I was just like, yeah, it wasn't meant to be. But I do hope that they themselves at least have a good life now. Or at least happy with their choices. Because you don't want regrets in life.
What do you feel for her?
Happiness.
You're too kind to her. I think your kindness will be your undoing.
God damn it. I've been told that so many times. Fuck you, game. I don't need another therapist.
You never know what a person is fighting with, do you?
I mean, I try to ask.
You might think she had reasons for such an act. You're very kind. Truly.
But I couldn't stop thinking about something. To ask again, or maybe not. What about the body in the other room? In the other bedroom? What body? I saw a corpse there. Is it real or fiction?
I don't know. You're asking an imaginary friend what's real and what's fiction. Are you really okay? Besides, I already told you, I don't know.
I'm just not sure.
Well, then you're not sure. Forget about it for now.
Hello, body? Yeah, you missed the part where I walked into a room with a dead body, and then the demon voice was talking in my head, saying how I killed my mother.
If there really is a person there, you can't save them anyway. Enjoy the last few minutes of freedom before you get put in jail.
Well then. Okay. Are you really okay? No. I think I'm leaking hydration. Please put more hydration back in me. It was cool outside, but this cold was pleasantly chilling on the skin. I can't say I was uncomfortable. I wanted to fall asleep right now, on Marana's shoulder, at that moment, and never wake up. I feel very cozy with her. Suddenly, I remembered a movie where a girl changed other people's lives for the better. Even though she was an introvert, she was happy for other people. I would like to be that kind of girl. To be positive and help others, despite everything not being great for me. Because in the end, other people also helped her. Or, I would like to be a movie director and create movies that would help people, or write books. I love writing stories. You know, I could be a movie screenwriter in an alternative life. That sounds very interesting.
Don't make me laugh. Many want it, but only a few achieve it.
But Imagine how cool it is to come up with a story that deeply affects someone, or it changes their life. It'd be the greatest achievement in my life. Change someone else's life for the better.
For the better? That's a subjective concept. Good and evil are subjective.
Well, I have standard concepts of good and evil.
Even so, everyone has different standards. What seems for the better to you might seem for the worse to many. You understand what I mean?
But then, how do I understand it? What is good in all senses?
Not at all. Every person is different. What can you do? Someone engages in charity, and for them, it's good. While someone else kills people and considers it charity, as it frees people from a terrible life.
Damn, that was a little dark. But this is a dark game. Okay. And who do you want to be?
Me? Well, you came up with quite the question. How can I handle it? I'm not so thoroughly thought out as a personality. Whatever you come up with, that's what I will be.
My best imaginary friend. I don't know. I think you could be a doctor. You're very calm and intelligent.
Are you kidding? Can you imagine me in that doctor's attire? That's too funny.
Quick, let me imagine it. Yes, I imagined it. You really would be very amusing.
What kind of doctor would I be if I don't have normal fingers?
Oh yeah, you do have like shadowy hands. By the way, what's with them? If I'm not mistaken, you told me earlier that you'd explain it. I might be wrong, but...
That... Yes, I remember. These are gloves. Well, hands are burnt. That's why I wear gloves. I don't want you to see that. My hands look terrible.
What happened? How did it happen?
A fire, obviously.
Okay.
Don't you feel it's strange when you imagine me and ask such questions?
No. As a person who does dungeon mastering, game master stuff, I ask a lot of these questions about the NPCs I make in the world. But you look so real, as if you have your own secrets, and you're unusual. Ambiguous, I would say. I still haven't figured out what role you play in my life. You seem both good and bad at the same time. I don't know.
Thanks for the compliment, but because you still can't decide who I am for you, you don't know yourself. How can you create a constant personality for me?
By the way, how can I distinguish what's real and what's not?
To distinguish, you need to think. Assume something. Think critically. What could really happen and what sounds illogical and unrealistic? Only in the end will you find out what's true and what's not. So, just believe what you believe.
Oh. Actually, I'm very comfortable with you. I could probably spend a whole lifetime like this. It'll be hard for me to part with you, if I do. You know what to myself?
No, it shouldn't. You're liberating both yourself and me. You're doing a good thing.
But we could lie and talk like this forever, couldn't we? I don't need anything more in life. Just a friend who can listen and support. I could do the same for you.
We can't talk like this forever. We'll run out of topics before an hour passes.
Maybe you're right.
Okay, let's go home now.
Okay. As soon as I set foot on the threshold, a storm of emotions suddenly overcome me. I begin to think about my future, and each thought pierced me into pieces, knowing that I won't achieve anything in life. I will be a nobody. Such thoughts often bring me down to earth, reminding me of my worthlessness.
What happened? Why did you stop? What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of killing myself. I will decide to do it again
Why?
because I don't want to exist in the world. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to feel pain, disappointment. I'm a coward.
A sensible decision. Thank you.
For what?
For freeing me. For no longer having to be obligated to you.
I'm doing it more for myself. I'm sad to say goodbye to you. Thank you for supporting me in the last minutes of my life.
You're welcome. You imagined me to behave this way, didn't you? Apparently, you desperately wanted support and learned to control your hallucinations. Are you scared?
A little. But it's not my first time doing this, right? I should be confident about it. But now, I'm thinking about what my life could have been. Maybe I can change for the better? To live life, enjoying every moment, to do what I like, and these thoughts disturb me. What if I'm making the wrong decision? What if everything could turn out differently? What if tomorrow everything gets better and I don't live to see it?
No. How can everything be good for you? You will never cure your schizophrenia no matter how much you want it. Even if theoretically possible, you would still have mental disorders that would still serve as a catalyst for suicide. Or am I saying something wrong?
Unfortunately, you're telling the truth. There won't be any magical moment. No person who will save me. There's nothing that will change that. But I still hope for it. Do you understand? All this time, I've been living my days in hopes. Hopes that things will eventually get better. But it only got worse. And it's just hard for me to make such a decision. I don't know what awaits me if I do it. I'm afraid of the unknown. I'm now also worried about possibly harming my family members, who might still be alive. What if I have someone, but I just can't remember them? I'm unsure. Should I do it? I'm struggling to understand my feelings. Unsure what to do next. I quickly turned around and head to my room, gently closing the door behind me. I crave some solitude and need to sleep. My head is throbbing terribly, almost as though my entire day has been nothing but a string of hallucinations. I closed my eyes. My eyelids were closing when suddenly I heard someone entering the house. I heard footsteps. Someone's voice calling me? Or, as I was losing consciousness, a hand grabbed me and my eyes opened again. I saw my mother's face. She looked shocked, probably crying. Quickly dialing something on her phone, shouting at me to hold on. I held on with all my strength. But at one moment,
It's hard for me to say goodbye to you. I think we could always be together. Have fun, cook different dishes together, and admire the sky. I will miss you.
the one guy who showed up a little bit that I did Uwu voice for. Me too. You're really sweet. I like you. Although I wish I could stay with me. You could stay with me forever. I still value your decisions. You've always been strong. Guys, can I play with you? Yes, of course you can. We'll play a game. Close your eyes and count to 500. By that time, we'll hide and you can find us. Their looks seemed very kind. Like they finally wanted to be friends with me. I counted to 500, but they were still there. Damn, I didn't think she could count to such high numbers. Count again. But guys, I already counted. You just don't want to be friends with me, right? Did you finally get it? Go away. We don't need crazies as friends. Ouch. Mom, the kids in the yard don't want to be friends with me. Those kids, they are scum. You should know that, right? Don't listen to them. Can I play with Mom? Dear, unfortunately no. I have to run to work now, but I promise when I come back we'll play, okay? Okay. Hooray, you're back. Mom, you promised to play with me. Darling, I'm so tired. Honestly, Mom had a really hard day. I'll make some food now. We can lie down together. Is that okay with you? Okay. After watching TV for a bit, Mom immediately fell asleep. I was left alone. Again. Not that I felt sad, or I don't know what I felt. Maybe loneliness. I understand that Mom has a lot of things to do, and she's great at handling everything, but a little bit of egoism in me wanted some attention. Well, it's just you and me now. Your plush, I know. The little creature I made up is actually my childhood plush. Also, where do you get that plush? Tell me now. But I really wish I could talk to you. All you can do is hug me, though. I wonder why you have wings. Are you going to fly away from me, too? Just kidding. I know you won't fly away. You're a simple plush. I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely that I cry and open my heart to a plush toy. Why does everything in life have to happen like this? Why can't everything just be good? I just don't understand. Why is there so much pain in living? Why? Why is every day agony for me? Why? Sorry. I can't sleep again. Even your hugs don't help. As a child, I would fall asleep immediately just by looking at you. It's hard to live when only escape from reality is sleep, and even that you can't get. Kickstarter link for the plush right now. Where's the GoFundMe? Where's the Kickstarter? Where's the other plush thing that every VTuber does? And it's like, here's a plush of me. Get it funded. Where's it for that little guy? Io, you shouldn't do this to yourself. You're the best person I've ever met. I know you might think badly of yourself, but I know you're a wonderful person. As soon as you grow up, you'll leave your parents' house, you'll move into your own apartment, and you'll live well. Just wait. I really believe that you'll make it. You have to believe in yourself. I understand you. I might be selfish, but it'd be damn painful to lose you. You're the only person I've truly opened up to. Please don't do this. It's painful to see how cruel people can be. Watching memes, playing games, I wasted my life to at least slightly alleviate the loneliness. Probably, my last hope became my hallucinations. I started to control them. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes my mind played tricks on me. Overall, I was happier than now. Over time, I got sick of playing games and interacting online. I cut off all ties with people. I read books, improved myself, drew, tried to write stories. But unfortunately, with each story, I wanted to kill myself. I didn't like anything I did. Every time, it seemed like I was creating a terrible story, and the scariest thing was I didn't know how to fix it. In the end, I burned out. I couldn't write or draw anymore. What's the point in the hobby if you don't enjoy it? I forced myself and felt only negative emotions. Over time, it all accumulated inside me, like now. You, the player, are probably wondering what is true and what is not in the story right. I don't like this fourth wall break. I really did try to end my life at the beginning. I really lost my memory after the stress. But, unfortunately, I was not very experienced, and I first drank a weak sleeping pill. Secondly, I took them in a relatively small amount, and thirdly, there's a small chance of dying from them. After that, I most likely made up a story just like from one movie, where the main character wakes up every night and remembers nothing. The image of Morana has been in my head for a long time. I talked to her before. The egg toast that Morana gave me was already prepared by my mom long ago. She always left me some food when she went to work. What else? You might be wondering, was my mom's corpse real? If you think logically, in the game, it was said as if my mother didn't resist at all when I attacked her with a knife. Any person would be self-preservation instinct, right? Sometimes imaginations can be completely illogical, and yet some people can believe in them. Nevertheless, in this ending, you find out that my mom is alive. And what I made up is a figment of my imagination. People with schizophrenia can imagine smells. Same. I mean, I really felt the smell of a corpse. The question arises, where was my mom all this time? My mom works around the clock. That is, she may not return for a whole day or even more. If I slept, it was something like fainting or just a very short sleep. Fainting lasted very briefly, by the way. So this whole story happened within a day. Most of all, I slept when I tried to end my life. That is, in the morning. And I woke up at night. I think that's all. This story may seem very strong in terms of depression and discussions of suicide, but I want to address people who have reached this point in the game and have problems in life. Please hold on. I understand. It's hard, but you have to hold on. I just want to say, don't do bad things to yourself. Love yourself. It's hard, I know, but please, try to do it. I hope for that at least, and I believe that you'll make it. Just don't give up, please. Although, one last question. Did the main character die in the end? She will wake up in 10 hours, in the hospital, with her mom who was worried about her all this time. She will love life after waking up. She will clearly understand that her mom actually loves her, and she won't want to cause her that pain again. Going on a journey to get Pop-Tarts? Okay. I'm happy to go get Pop-Tarts. I'll make coffee too. S'mores. Oh, the Pop-Tart s'mores. It's been a while since I had those. She doesn't want to see her scared face again, and our main character will try to keep going. She'll never give up again, even though it'll be hard. She'll eventually find people she can communicate with, because not all people are bad, right? She'll make her career in filmmaking, she'll get support online, and finally come to harmony with herself. Congratulations, you completed the game with a good ending. What's the bad ending? I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and that you will really be kind to other people. Thank you for playing the game. Give it another shot. Try the multiple endings. I also want to say a big thank you to some people. Without them, this game would have stayed just a dream. Levente Tar is the demon. Interesting. Audible dread. Thank you again. Goodbye. And please take care of yourself. Man, that's the story. That was a pretty good story until the very end. Till that very last end bit. Going for a bad ending? Do we go for a bad ending during Halloween? Where I'm already trying to go for endings on other games that's like, give me the Eldritch God, give me the bad stuff, give me Cthulhu. I could play it again. But I do like the visual novels just going for once. We also still have to do Hooked on You. I didn't technically finish it. We died. But yeah. Glad you at least enjoyed the game. Preferred having the vagueness from before the game addresses the audience. Yeah. But overall, good game. I know, Kai, you missed like probably 2/3 of it. Just jumped right at the ending part. But yeah, let's see if there's anyone online that we can raid into. Is Ro on? Yes. Ro is doing a art stream. Let's go say hello to her. Hopefully she's not ending soon. Okay, it looks like she's still going. I almost tried to pull my Pop-Tart from the actor's hook. God dang it, Kai. Alright. Let's go ahead and start the raid. As always, be kind and courteous to those we raid into. As for yourself, take care of yourself. Stay safe. Listen. I have no excuse. Have a good time. Sleep well. Hydrate and eat if you need it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably with more Fallout. Till then, bye.